Hey everybody, this is Tiggy Maximus with Tiggy Maximus Talks, episode 152 on YouTube. Thank you guys for listening to all these episodes, listening to me talk about comedy, food, and sports. And thank you guys for listening, following, subscribing, and donating to the podcast. It's greatly appreciated. So, more and more episodes going to keep coming. Um, I had the pleasure of going to a very unique comedy show, Game Set Match Comedy. It's a comedy game show hosted, produced by the one and only Jarwan Nelson. Great show. This was at the Candy's Boom Boom Room in Pacific Beach. And there were a few comics um, part of the show, and one got to be the headliner. The headliner was Dusty Tunnel, and the other two comics were Alan Henderson and Josh Nelson. So a great show, great laughs, um, very unique game concept. So apparently you are part of a group. So there's 3 tables per group, and then you also get to somewhat compete against your own group. So so I kind of counted. I think there were probably, let's say, 9 tables competing, maybe 10. Um, so the questions were based off of the comics. So whatever was read off the card, it's relating to a comic, and you have to choose between the 3 comics. The rule is that if one of the answers is said, the other two cannot say the same answer. So you have to pick the other two. So this actually works well for me because I do my best to kind of remember things about the comics. And then the fact that I actually knew, you know, I knew Jarwan, I knew Josh, I knew Dusty, and I know Alan. So now that really tests my memory. So it's good to know that I am paying attention during the show, and so apparently there are like 2 cards on the table, each table, and if you get the wrong answer twice, then you're going to be in a, I guess what Jarwan called an offset position. So you're about to be eliminated, but you can be saved by someone at your group. So um, I tried to save the table in front of me, which was 2 guys, and I tried to save the table behind me, which was 3 ladies. So um, apparently I picked the wrong table to challenge because I'm supposed to pick a table not in my group, and or I suppose I could have chose any given table, but apparently whichever table that I chose, and I chose like 2 tables on the far side of the room. So with that being the case, in order to challenge another table, because the table I'm trying to save and the table that I chose is part of a thing called sabotage, and there's a sabotage card on each table, and you get to use it to save people in your own group. Unfortunately, when I tried to sabotage twice, unfortunately, my group did not survive that. So the other two, I guess, they either got the right answer or neither side got the right answer. So I think that how it works is that if you get the right answer and the other table doesn't get the right answer, then that's how you stay in. But if you're both wrong, or the other table got it right and you got it wrong, then apparently you're eliminated. So it's fun because a lot of the questions does kind of make you think by just simply looking at the comics if it relates to the question. And so I, I don't know if you really feel bad for one comic or two because Josh Nelson, I think nobody thought that he could be I guess, a porn star or the one with, the one doesn't really need dating apps, something like that. Apparently, he looks like a guy that would have a lot of roommates and would have a gambling problem, I guess. So, um, fun times. So I got down, I guess we were basically at the end of the game, and the three tables to my left were eliminated, and the table in front of me and the table behind me were eliminated. So that leaves myself on this side of the room to be challenged by this one couple that was in the front row on the other side of the room. And so we were both asked a question. And I guess what I remembered was that if they got it right and I got it wrong, then I'm done for the game, and I guess that couple's group wins, and then they get to challenge each other for a cash prize, other than being the winning table in the whole game. So the thing is, so that rule about if an answer is already said, I cannot repeat that answer, and I have to choose the other two. So, in a way, Jarwan did ask the couple, and they got the right answer right off the bat. And then before the answer was revealed, I have to pick the other two. The thing is, I kind of already knew what the answer was, but because the question was asked of the couple first and not me first, that gets me to choose one of the two wrong answers. So I knew whatever I said was going to be the wrong answer because I already knew what the answer was, but that's the rules, and I lost. I got close. I was down to the finals, so not too bad for a first timer, I guess, right? So kudos to that couple for winning. I did get some praise on stage by Jarwan um, and the other comics. I guess I'm the most supportive comedy fan, audience member of all time in San Diego. I'm everywhere in LA and San Diego, I guess, and it's kind of cool getting praise like that in front of everybody. And what's even cool was that a lady came up to me after the show and asked if I was a comic. So I just told her about the podcast, and I shared the podcast with the three ladies that were sitting behind me and the lady who came up to me. So it's kind of nice talking shop about comedy. And just so happens Jarwan was right next to me, and I had no problem seeing that he was one of the best comics I've seen in San Diego. So as I keep going to more shows and stuff, you know, uh, going to more shows and everything, and it's nice getting praised and paying attention and to say what's on my mind about every single show and every single comic that I can remember. So, anywho, overall, I'd say with the show was with the concept, the setup, the flow of the game, and then I would say easily 8.6 out of 10. I think Jarwan's gonna tweak it a little bit, but I can't wait for the next shows. Um, and then Dusty Tunnel was the headliner, so um, he had his great jokes about being single, waffle stomping, um, taking edibles, um, or just being high. So I would say he was an 8.4 out of 10 for his comedy after the game was over. So another topic. Um, so the Lakers have been losing quite a few games after winning the NBA Cup championship. But of course, with that, Anthony Davis and LeBron James can't seem to be on the court at the same time since they're both like nursing injuries and stuff. So that kind of puts the Lakers in a bind. Um, so in order for the Lakers to really make a big push for the NBA championship or in the playoffs, the everybody pretty much needs to be healthy. So they're just nursing injuries right now and try to do their best, and hopefully they get in. Hopefully they don't need to be in the playing tournament. So just get in and then do your damage with whoever is going to be, you know, um, coming their way. So, anywho, um, Chargers, they're playing tonight, but of course, they are without their star quarterback, um, Justin Herbert, who just had his surgery on his hands. So he should be good to go when September 2024 comes around. So hopefully by that time, the Chargers will have picked a great coach. I'm hoping for Jim Harbaugh. There's also Ben Johnson, Mike McDonald, and Dan Quinn. So those are my four choices. Um, then hopefully find a good GM who can find those good coaches and construct a great team and compete again in 2024 and beyond. Um, last Saturday I got to watch UFC 296. Uh, that was an interesting card. Got to see Rakhmanovic. He tapped out Stephen Thompson, Wonder Boy. Did see Jack Black come out with Wonder Boy, but that was not enough as Rakhmanovic got Stephen Thompson to the ground and got him to tap out, and the guy is a monster. So he's a big problem at 170, and I can't wait to see um, how it's going to go going forward. I'd like to see Rakhmanovic challenge Leon Edwards. That should be a fun one. If not Leon Edwards, there is Kobe Covington. If not Kobe Covington, there's Gilbert Burns. Who knows? Maybe one day Chimaev might come back to 170 and fight whoever's the champ. So I think the next fight is going to be Bilal Muhammad going against Leon Edwards for the welterweight championship because Leon Edwards did a lot of outstriking Kobe Covington. Kobe Covington didn't really do much for the first three or so rounds, but he did get something going on in the fifth round. But by that time, it's already kind of too late with the wrestling and grappling. So Leon Edwards was able to kind of pick apart Kobe Covington, scoring points as much as he can. Kind of kept Kobe Covington at bay for most of the fight. Um, but yeah, great performance. Good performance by Leon Edwards. I kind of want to see more, but Leon Edwards did play it smart, and he was able to get out from a lot of takedowns when they did occur. But he defended the takedown quite a bit for most of the fight, so kudos for that. I think it was like 49-46 for all three judges, so that seemed about right. Um, So it'll probably be a while before Kobe Covington will fight for the title. Um, Leon Edwards, this is his era now, so we'll see how far he can go. And maybe some great fights are down the pipe. So Rakhmanovich, Bilal Muhammad, Gil Burns, maybe even Shemaev. So a lot of exciting fights for 2024 for Leon Edwards and 2025 probably too. So, um, and then there was the um, the flyweight championship between Pantoja and Royval. That was an interesting fight, fast, exciting. Pantoja pretty much did pretty good job of keeping up the pace and doing some great damage. But there were some parts where Roval looked like he had a chance, but overall, Pantoja was able to get enough points, convince all the judges, and um, retained his flyweight championship. So kudos for Pantoja for a great performance. Um, that's just amazing how fast they can do, 25 minutes and keep up the pace of action for 25 minutes. But um, other than that, guys, can't wait for the next few fight cards to start off 2024. I believe there is Johnny Walker going up against Ankalev to start off the new year 2024. I think that's like January 13th. We do have UFC 297 happening just like the week after, January 20th. That's going to be Sean Strickland versus Duplessis for the middleweight championship. That should be fun. And then 298, I believe, is going to be Volkanovski versus Taporia in Anaheim. That should be fun to watch. So can't wait to see what happens, guys. Uh, I think 299 is going to be Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera. And then, of course, they put some fights on for UFC 300 in April. So a lot of great fights coming our way. Well, guys, I'm going to get ready for the Chargers game tonight against the Bills. The game is on Peacock. Game is going to be at 5:15, I believe. Hopefully, the Chargers can cover the 12.5 point spread. This might be a bloodbath, might be a blowout win for the Bills, but I think the Chargers might keep it close and might be able to pull off the upset. So, anywho, hopefully the Chargers will try to salvage wherever they can for the season. We'll probably, you know, be on a good note. Maybe finish 8-9. That's kind of a pipe dream. I'm probably guessing they're going to be, I don't know, 6-11 or something. So we'll see. All right, guys. I will talk to you guys later. You know the saying goes, Tiggy Maximus, boom, signing off, baby. All right, there, guys.